First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kudash. Yahweh is who this world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is who this world ignorantly calls Jesus. Ba'ashem means in the name, Rakah means spirit, and Kudash means holy. And that's on the Paleo Hebrew. Also, to give double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth.
If you're saying this, it's probably for a reason. I had a very fulfilled prophecy dream. I won't say when it will happen because I don't know. I won't know. That was not revealed to me because how God works, He revealed things in pieces. It don't be the whole thing. But I saw the airlines here in the United States being not trustworthy, being attacked. I had this dream, this vision of seeing like a lot of planes going nose down, nose down. I was so afraid because I woke up and I had to tell my husband, we can't travel on the planes anymore. We can't travel by plane. Do not travel by plane. I was just kept saying it. And in my dream, on the billboards, like in the airports, all the billboards was glitching, like the lights was glitching. It was glitching. And me and my husband was about to get ready and get on the plane. I kept on saying, no, 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 this is not the plane to get on. And while we were sitting in the airport, I said, see, it's gonna go nose down, and it crashed. All I kept on saying was plane crashes after plane crashes after plane crashes. This is not to discourage anyone. This is not to scare anyone. This is not to be a scare tactic. But if you are receiving this message, take heed, pray and ask God to keep you and your family covered. I personally can't say this is what's going to happen in the next couple of months. I can't say that. I don't know when. I really don't know if it's going to happen in the next 5 years. But I know that this dream was a warning for a reason. This was a warning to us. Y'all, I cannot express how much so many people is distracted. I have been saying this for like so long. I make posts about this all the time. People are so distracted. We're not even understanding what's going on in Palestine. We're not understanding that the Bible is fulfilling its prophecies right in front of us. Jesus is coming back for his second coming. I don't want to be in that number where it says, depart from me, I never knew you. Y'all, every single day, get in your word and read the Bible, y'all. I'm not trying to get on here and preach, but this message needs to be put forth. I don't care what you have going on. Put God first. Keep God first. Keep Him first.
Right, and you heard her go into it, man. Okay, it sounds like she had a vision. Okay, and the Most High said that at the last days, many shall have visions. Let's read it here in the Joel chapter 2 and verse 28. It says, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. Okay? And you know a dream that you have is a vision because it's directly linked to Bible prophecy, right? That's how you know it's a vision. So if it's talking about the chip, or it's talking about America being destroyed by nuclear missiles, or it's going into civil war, right? If your dream is about that, it's most likely a vision. Okay, and what this woman was going into, okay, is completely prophetic, right? Going into how the airplanes are crashing, right? You had the monitors completely bugging out, right? Sounds like pretty much a cyber attack. Hackers from other nations, completely tapping into the grid and just doing whatever they want. And it's funny because I actually had a vision just like this a couple of nights ago, right? I think I was in let me search it up because yeah, I was literally that's crazy. I was like in San Diego, and the only reason I say San Diego is because that's the first thing that came up in my mind in the dream. And imagine this picture right here. This picture is perfect, right? Imagine I was like in one of these, right? Literally like I was right here pretty much, right on some dock, and I look to my right and I see a plane coming down, just nose diving, right? It's like nose dive. It hit over here, an explosion, and just the water just started splashing and splashing like a tsunami, right? But I remember looking up at the sky, and just seeing the plane nose dive into the ground. And I'm like, what the fuck, right? And that's exactly what this woman just talked about. So, hey, that's definitely gonna happen, right? That's not far fetched at all, right? When you put everything into play, it says it's gonna be a time like never before seen. Let's read that in Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that should be found written in the book. Right? So it's going to be a time like never before seen. And the key point she also went into is that I don't understand why people don't get it. Right? Why are people not able to see this? Right? They're living life just day to day without seeing what's going on. That Bible prophecy is happening right in front of them. Right? The reason that's happening is because ultimately they ain't just part of the elect. Right? The Most High just ain't dealing with them. Right? And it just depends too. Right? You do have elect out there that haven't been awakened yet. Right? But there's a certain group of people, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, that are not supposed to repent, that are not supposed to change, and are not supposed to are not supposed to seek the Most High, Yahweh Bashem and Hawashai. Right? Those are the ones that are not written in the book. Right? This is talking about the book of life. Okay, the elect. Right? Because the elect have been predestinated. Right? It's already written who's gonna make it. Okay. So let's get this another scripture here going to the same topic. Romans chapter 11 verse 7. It says, "What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded." Right? And it says, Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for. What is Israel? Okay, so-called Latinos, Negroes, Native Americans seeking for? They are seeking for answers. They are seeking for the truth. Right? That's why you see our people constantly in the church, right, going into all types of religions. They're looking for the answers, right, of life. Okay, but the elect, right, are the only ones that are going to obtain it. And the rest are going to be blinded. They ain't going to get it. Right? They're going to be out here lost in the sauce. Okay, chasing the American dream. Right? And there's a reason it's called a dream, because you have to have your eyes closed to believe it. But it says, "According as it is written, God hath given them a spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day." Right? So the Most High, right, has these people blinded. Right? It says in the scriptures that the deceived and the deceiver are His. Right? The Most High controls everything. Okay, I also want to point out the fact that the Most High, he puts visions, okay, onto all nations. It's not only for the Israelites, right? The Most High puts visions in people from all types of nations. And a key example of that is Balaam. Right, I wanted to go into that story real quick. So pretty much Balaam was like when you go into it, let's see what the Google says about Balaam. Right, a biblical character, non-Israelite prophet. So he was a diviner for the Moabites. Right, Moabites being the so-called Chinese. So pretty much you had the king of Moab, which is called a Balak, which needed some advice. I think it goes into they wanted to attack the Israelites or what's going on. And he had his diviner, Balaam, pretty much try to find answers. So when you go to the story, the Most High gave Balaam pretty much a vision about what was going to happen in the future. And it starts in verse 15. It says, "And he took up his parable and said, Balaam, the son of Beor, hath said, and the man whose eyes are open hath said, he hath said, which heard the words of God, and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty falling into a trance, but having his eyes open." It says, "I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not die. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the quarters of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth." Right? When it's talking about that star coming out of Jacob, that scepter that shall rise out of Israel, that star is talking about Yahweh Shai, right? The Messiah. It says, "And shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth." Right? It says, "And Edom shall be a possession, Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly." Okay, and this is talking about how, hey, when Yahweh Shai comes back the second time, he's coming back to set up the kingdom of heaven. Right? In the kingdom of heaven, all these other nations are going to be under us for 1,000 years in slavery. Right? That's why we're going to smite the corners of Moab and destroy all the children of Seth. And Edom, right, the so-called white man, is going to be our possession. Okay, and Israel shall do valiantly, because we're going to be the ones ruling. Okay, and Yahweh Shai, he was in this mindset. It tells you in Revelation chapter 2 and verse 25, it says, "And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father." Okay, so Yahweh Shai, and he with it, right? This is complete justice and a complete balance is for all these nations to get what they have done unto us. And it's going to happen, right? Balaam, right, had this prophecy, this vision way back. Right, let's search up when was Balaam alive. Biblical chronology, 13th century BCE. right? So roughly 15,000 years ago. Okay, that's when that's insane. Right, so roughly 15,000 years ago is when this was written. So, and this is prophecy, right? Everything that was written came to pass. So let's keep reading. It says, out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable, and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be he that perish, shall be he, Salakia. But his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Right, and Amalek was a grandson of Esau. Right, Amalek goes back. This is the Amalek, grandson of Esau. Okay, these are Edomites. Right, and the Amalekites today would be those people in the Holy Land with small little black hats. Right, they are going to have a grievous destruction. Right, and their latter end, right, the end of the Edomites is that they're going to perish forever. Right, they're going to be destroyed forever. That race is going to be done. You can go read Obadiah, and you could go read Isaiah 14. It goes into how the Edomites are going to be destroyed forever. It says, and he looked on the Kenites, and took up his parable, and said, strong is thy dwelling place, and thou puttest thy nest in a rock. Nevertheless the Kenites shall be wasted until Asher shall carry thee away captive. And he took up his parable, and said, alas, who shall live when God doeth this? And ships shall come from the coast of Shittim, and shall afflict Asher, and shall afflict Eber, and he also shall perish forever. And Balaam rose up and went to return his place, and Balak also went his way. Right, so this goes into pretty much how the Israelites are going to rule, and all these nations are going to be under us. And the whole reason I brought this out is because it was a vision. Okay, the Lord gives visions to the other nations too. Right, and what this woman went into, okay, is all prophetic. Okay, it's prophetic, straight out of the scriptures. What else did she say? She also said that, hey, now's when we got to be seeking the Most High. Right, we got to be focused on Him day and night. Scriptures say that also. I think it's in Matthew. How does it go? I know there's one in Joshua, but let's search it up. Word, day. We'll get the one in Psalms. There's two of them. This is Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. It says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Right, so that's what we're supposed to be doing. Right, day and night we're supposed to be focused on the word of the Lord. Okay, and then everything's going to come out good. Okay, and the last end of us, everything coming out good, is we're doing all of this to be saved. Right, for the salvation, so we don't catch a nuclear missile. Right, so when famine hits the world hard, right, we're covered. We have food, we have everything we need, we have alcohol. Okay, that's why we're doing this. That's the true good success, and ultimately the kingdom when you go into it. The other one is Psalms chapter 1 and verse 2. It says, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. Okay, and that's what the elect are going to do, right? Day and night, going to be focused on the word, okay, and never give up. But, so yeah, I just wanted to touch on this. Not sure what I'm going to title it, but definitely prophetic. As your brother said, heavy, right? It's crazy. I had pretty much the same vision too about planes nosediving. So I'll leave it at that. Hopefully this is edifying with down to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Kodash, and double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone, the time of this truth. Shalom to you, like Shalom.